From Hollywood, California, this is SMPTE 2016 Live, produced by Broadcast Beat.
Ryan Salazar here with Broadcast Beat and SMPTE 2016 Live. We have Barbara Lange. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Ryan?
Doing excellent. Such an exciting event in the history of SMPTE. The energy in this place is amazing. We were just attending the annual member meeting, and you gave an amazing presentation. But something you mentioned after really got me excited. If you could talk about Richmond.
Sure. So Richmond, as in Richmond, Indiana, was where C. Francis Jenkins, our founder, held his first, I would say, projection demonstration. It was in 1894. He had recorded a lady, a vaudeville actress actually, doing a butterfly dance in Washington, D.C., and he brought his projection system up to Richmond and set up a little demonstration in the upstairs from his uncle's pharmacy, I believe it was. And understanding that in 1894 electricity wasn't the way it is today, he had to kind of make it work. And he invited a few people to come in to watch this 5-minute presentation, and the projector started sputtering and making all these noises, and this audience was just perplexed by this woman dancing on this white wall. And then when it was over, they were just, what happened, it was so alarming almost, because it was something they'd never seen before. And of course today we take it all for granted, but if you put yourself in that place, it sounded like it was
it was quite an exciting
experience.
day. Yeah. So the membership meeting was quite exciting as well. I mean, so you talked about the growth of the membership and how it is really growing up, and how worldwide, I believe it's 27% is outside of the U.S. right now.
Yes, it's an interesting statistic. Many people think because we're based in the U.S. that we are a U.S. organization. Well, of course we are based here, so we have a U.S. approach, but we are and have for a very long time been international, and it seems to be growing faster outside the U.S. than it is inside the U.S. And our newest section is in Poland, and I'm delighted. I've always known about the Polish history in cinema, for example, and to have an active Polish section is going to be very nice. So
great. And lastly, you mentioned you recognized many of the members, and what was so cool was to see how many members that were physically in the room that had involvement with standards this year or recently, and the number of standards that you're coming out with on a regular basis is really astounding.
Yes, this year, our centennial year, we will be publishing the most standards in a given year. Already we've published 66 documents. Normally, just to give context, normally it's about 20 to 40, depending on what's happening in the standards work. But 66, and we probably have another almost dozen before the year is out. So that's incredible work. It tells you that there's a lot going on in the industry, that people care about SMPTE, doing the work within the SMPTE organization, and just the productivity of all those volunteers is outstanding, and we're grateful to them for that.
Excellent. So lastly, there's a gala this Friday. James Cameron's going to be there. John O'Hurley's going to be hosting. Douglas Trumbull is going to be there.
Yes.
And it was so exciting. You mentioned just a few minutes ago about the commemorative book that's
Yes.
coming out, and if you could talk about that.
Sure. So we are doing a commemorative book, coffee table style, for the 100-year history of SMPTE and the technology. But on Friday evening, as a gift to our guests, we're actually giving them a book called the Honor Roll book that gives profiles of all the 89 Honor Roll members. So everybody from C. Francis Jenkins from 1926 to James Cameron in 2016, there were 89 individuals who were recognized. People like Edison, Eastman, Lucas,
Wow.
Ray Dolby, just a phenomenal collection of individuals, and it's a beautiful work, and I'm really pleased that we can give that as a gift to our guests.
All right, well, Barbara Lange, Executive Director of SMPTE, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your week.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ryan.